This is Wycombe Sound.
The afternoon show is sponsored by the Jackie Palmer Stage School, nurturing local talent since 1971.
OK, so I have Geraldine from Refarm'd on the line. Hello, Geraldine.
Hi, Clara.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
That's all right. Now, first of all, can you tell me what the idea is behind Refarm'd?
Yes, what we aim to do is help farmers, dairy farmers mainly, at first get out of milk production to transition to producing plant-based milk, and at the same time become an animal sanctuary.
So, I mean, why? What is the issue that you see with cow's milk?
Yes, so there's a lot actually to be told about that, but yeah, there's a lot of issues regarding environment, health, and also, of course, the ethical aspect with the animals. So just to talk about, for example, the environment, we know that a quarter of greenhouse emissions are coming from food production, and actually one of the most comprehensive study that has been made on environment effects of farming, made in 2018, that was conducted on nearly 4,000 farms, concluded that meat and dairy is responsible for like over 60% of these emissions, while just at the same time producing 80% of the calories and 37% of proteins. And it also concluded that a diet without dairy and meat product is the single biggest way to reduce our impact. So the environment is really a big point. We always talk about transportation, but actually, when you look it up all together, the transportation, is a very small amount of the total emissions. So it's not the location that is important, so where you get your food from, but what you are eating, what kind of food. So environment here is very important for us because the resources used globally, be it for the animals, for the food for the animals, and everything is really important. That's the first aspect. Secondly, we don't need milk, and it's actually been proven to be bad for our health. General, linked to 15 to 16 of the top killers of people in Western countries. Plant-based diet has proven to be able to prevent and even reverse some diseases. And not forgetting that milk, 60% of people is actually intolerant to lactose. So it's really important to have other solutions for this in general. And we also see the demand for plant-based milk. Even people who still use dairy product do consume as well plant-based milk on the side. So there's really a big demand for that. Of course, the ethics is very important for us. If you imagine that a dairy cow can actually have a lifespan of 20 to 30 years, here in the dairy industry, after 5 or 6 years, they're going to be slaughtered. Actually, the dairy industry is the meat industry. Like 50% of the beef produced are actually coming from dairy farms. And as we know, for a cow to produce milk, she has to be impregnated. She has to have a baby every year. Then the baby has to be taken away for us to be able to take the milk. And in the end, they also end up in the same slaughterhouse. That's all the reasons that make us believe we don't need milk, and it's even bad for us and the environment and the animals. That's why I wanted to find a solution. And lastly, and it's really important for us, I believe we do not limit our compassion circle to just the animals, or in the other way, just to humans. It should include all compassion for all beings. So I also noticed the farming industry, the farmers struggling a lot. We have something like 1 in 4 farms closing down in Europe last years. And so, I wanted to find a solution that could help all these, or attack all these problems, and for that.
Do you think farmers do you think they need to change?
I believe that the how do you say, there's a shift in society for the demand for products, and also the farmers are getting a more and more bad image, be it because of like I said, for environmental reason or ethics or everything. And as I mentioned, they are struggling. And the problem is, we can see if the big industries, the big dairies, and things like that, they are changing. They are adapting. Some are closing down to become fully plant-based, and others are starting to make these products. So if we see them adapting, it means there's a trend. And the problem is the smaller ones. They are the ones who are suffering because they don't have such structures and such financial support and such a big business to make the needed changes. So they are the ones who are dying off and closing. So we end up with less and less small-scale farms and more big industries. And that's generally not what people want. Even if people still want farmers, animal farmers, if not everyone is okay to say we don't want these huge industries, we don't want these big animal industries, we prefer small scale. So these one are the ones dying, and that's actually the one we want to help, to the normal sized, I would say, industries, farmers. And I do believe if they don't change something, that would just end up dying, and the demand for such products is rising. Like I said before, there's like 50 to 60% of people consuming plant-based products, even those who still consume animal product as well. But the demand is there, so I do believe they need to adapt to the market in order to survive, basically.
So how does the scheme work?
So we help the farmers transition. We want them to find a solution that is easy and secure for them. We really want to make it as safe as possible for them. So basically, we start with what we call a trial period. So it's a 3-month trial period where the farmer just they don't have to make big changes to the farm or to make big investments or anything. We are coming to them during this 3 months. We are providing the equipment, we are providing the training and the clients. So we are providing pre-orders for the milk, the plant-based milk. So it's going to be subscription-based. So customers will receive their milk on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And after these 3 months, the farmers can decide, okay, this is working for me, and I continue or not. And so they could just go back to what they're doing. Obviously, we're going to do everything we can for that to happen. But they have this opportunity, so really want to make it secure for them. And what I didn't mention before, because that might be confusing, is that we don't actually make the farmers grow the crops to make this plant-based milk, because we want them to keep the lands for the animals, because they're becoming a sanctuary. And we want to have an easy and quick transition. So they will be sourcing the ingredients directly from local producers around them, and then make the fresh milk on their farm. So it's going to be fresh, plant-based, handmade milks with only local ingredients that are going to be sold to only local customers, and they are going to be sold directly to customers. So we are skipping all the middlemen like they have currently, because currently dairy farms go to dairy processors or big companies, so they don't really decide on the price, and in lots of cases they even sell for less than the cost of production. So here we really want to give back the power to the farmers. We want them to be the ones who decide on the price of the milk. They are not going through any middleman. They're selling directly to customers. We are not going to go through supermarkets or companies or something like that. So we really want them to earn the maximum of the worth of their work. So yeah, that's the things we are doing. And yeah, as I mentioned, as they are not going to grow the crops on the land, the transition is really easy. So, and after a while, we are also helping them on the long term to optimize their farm, be it for the animals. So how the animals are fed will change, because we're going to put them back to what they normally eat, like grass and hay, because here we don't need the animals to be productive. So we don't need to overfeed them or to feed them cereals, which is actually a big cost in this industry, and is also a big responsible for the resources and the environmental pollution. So by doing that, we reduce actually a lot of the cost for the farmers, and for those who have big lands, they can replace growing this crop for the animals to growing the crops they need to produce the milk if they want to, and if they have enough space. But even those who cannot grow anything really wanted a solution that could adapt to any type of farm, even those who don't have any arable land or not enough land to grow, that they can just continue sourcing the ingredients from local providers and make the fresh milk. So dairy farmers and plant-based milk is our first idea, the simple base idea, but we want them to be able to diversify, to make lots of other plant-based products, like plant-based cheeses, butters, creams, and we want to work also with all types of farms, also beef farms and things like that.
So are there any farms currently on the scheme?
So we are working with 5 farms currently. We are still in the the process of discussing everything and the agreement and everything. On ourselves, Refarm'd is really new, so we are just starting everything up, preparing everything, all the legal work as well, the paperwork and stuff. And we have one farm with whom we are going to start very soon, probably in March, hopefully. So this is going to be our first farm, like our pilot farm, where we're going to really test our solution, our model, to see if it goes well, and hopefully then continue with others.
So, consumers can actually sign up to have plant milk delivered, can't they?
Yes. So for now, they cannot directly sign to get the plant milk because we still haven't this farm yet on board. But on the website, we put a short form that people anywhere in the world can fill about their interest for this kind of product, what kind of product, where they live, how frequent they want it, and things like that. This helps us also to have more data to show to the farmers, to show to the farmers there's interest. That's very important to us. But like I disclosed a bit on the social media, we are going to start with our first farm in the UK. And so in the next weeks, hopefully, I will be opening up the pre-orders for the UK for this specific farm. So there people will be able to subscribe directly for this milk from this farm.
What kind of reaction have you had from farmers, specifically dairy farmers, because it is February, when they promote the dairy industry? So, I mean, do they see you as a threat, or do they think you're trying to help them? What kind of reactions have you had?
So for now, how I started is not to get in touch directly with farmers at this point of the project, because I believe I need to have more, already a few farms working, and to be able to show the concept and also gain more trust. What happened until now is that it's not me who was reaching these people. It's farmers or organization, non-profits who are working with farmers to help them that contacted me and to help these farmers. So it was a bit different because the farmers I'm working with are farmers who already looking for transitioning, and I believe the first farms, I mean, a lot of the first farm will be like this, will be farmers who are already looking into transitioning, be it for ethical reason or for environmental reason or for just for financial reason. And later on, when we have enough of these farms and we have enough data and all the model is working, we'll be able to go and address directly farmers. So for now, I'm still keeping it in a kind of a bubble around people who are interested in transitioning. I believe it's important to start with them. So for now, I didn't have bad reactions. I talked a lot with already ex-farmers as well, who are really supporting the project. And over the year I was working on the project, I discussed with a lot of farmers, ex-farmers, and farmers who transitioned to growing plants or sanctuaries to get their feedback or people in general who are working with farmers to really get the feedback and to see if this project even makes sense. And it was very positive, and that's what helped me grow to where I am today, and hopefully making it a reality very soon.
So how do farmers sign up? Is it just contacting you via your website?
Yes. So if it would be a farmer that just found my website or hear about it, yes, we have a special page on the website for the farmer where we explain the process, and then we have our contact information. So the easiest way is just to call me or write an email on all these details. That's the easiest way. But for now, like I mentioned, it's mostly going through other people who are themselves in contact or hear about farms. Even activists, for example, who go to a slaughterhouse to witness the trucks going by. They are in contact with lots of farmers, and lots of farmers go to them and tell them, I don't want to do this anymore, but I have to pay my bills in the end of the month, so I don't have any other solution. So that's how we got more contact with these farmers, and then they contact me, and we then get in touch like this.
And if we're interested in the future of having deliveries of plant milk, so we can just sign up on your website just to show there's an interest.
Exactly. For now, it's signing on the website. This gives allows me to have your email address, and once we start with the first farm, we are going to be emailing to this address the possibility to subscribe officially to get the plant-based milk, and then you will be able to choose what quantities you want, what type of milk, if the farm is doing multiple milks, and what kind of delivery, and things like that. Yeah, and I didn't mention, but it's going to be all in glass bottle, reusable glass bottle that we are going to take back, and it's only going to be delivered through green couriers, so electric or natural gas vehicles, and only in a 155-mile radius around the farm. So we really want to keep it local, keep the ingredients local, the farm and the customers local.
Brilliant. It's a fabulous idea.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I wish you the best of luck with that, and I shall be watching with interest to see how that develops. But I have signed up. So I've signed up for the plant milk deliveries in the not too distant future, I hope.
Yeah, I hope to.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for speaking to me. Bye then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. And that was Geraldine Stark from Refarm'd. So if you are interested in that, either as a farmer or a consumer, their website is refarm'd.com, and Refarm'd is REFARMD, so there's no E. REFARMD.
Love music.